Dude, let's get you a wealthy South Korean. I think that sounds perfect.
I think because I look kind of Asian. I mean, I am kind of Asian, being a Cossack and everything from the Ukraine there.
Yeah,
On
and
that
the Mongolian blood.
Caucasoid, whatever, huh?
I said, and you have Mongolian blood, like basically everyone does, but you have more than usual with your high cheekbones. A lot of people notice your Asian features. All right, we got one more ad.
I need me a rich South, what is it, Korean, to pay for my ponytail facelift. It costs $150K.
Well, you are single, and you support a lot of people.
I don't think they like the Jews over there, though, in South Korea. I'm not sure if they like the Jews.
Well, I just want to say, like, you're really generous and support a lot of people. A lot of people that don't even, work or whatever. And I'd like you to find a rich guy that's
my kids.
I didn't say. I just said I would like you to marry a rich guy. So I'm also going to put this out on the podcast. If you'd like to date my mother, find me on DM. But you have to send me your bank account statements. You have to have at least $11 million in liquid cash, right? Not the assets, just liquid cash. That means they have more assets
more than that.
I said at least. We got to set the standards low. But you would like a rich husband, and don't worry, you don't have to have sex with her, and you can have sex with whoever you want. She's not weird about any of that stuff. Just want you to pay for her. So
I don't know about any of that. However, I'll tell you, I just want to give great parties. I just want to have great parties and have the husband pay for them, and that kind of thing. And I want to show up for my great parties wearing my fantastic accoutrement. Maybe
you should marry a North Korean then, because they have the best outfits and they have the biggest parties. People are have you ever watched them there? They just clap nonstop. They're so happy. They're having the best time. You ever watch those videos?
I wonder if Yoon K-Jun, what's his name? He's married.
Yeah, that would be.
I would like people stand around clap for me like that.
No, every time I watch him, I'm like, I think my mom would have been, if she wasn't a comic, would have been like a North Korean dictator. It was one of those. Everyone in the background. Remember when Dennis Rodman was hanging out with his dad out there? Like, they like celebrities. You might be able to get there. They like Trump. You might have a shot. Wouldn't you just love to shoot someone with an anti-aircraft gun like he would do the people that were dissenting?
I like him. He kind of reminds me of an Asian Alex Jones.
He does. I think he's handsome. All right, last ad. Well, hey, Kim Jong Un,
or one of those ones in where are they at? Dubai, them rich Arabs over there. I want to get those. We're cousins with them. Although I never wanted to marry my own cousins, that's why I left Utah.
No, I know, but I don't know if they like Jewish people.
I'm not going to have any babies with them. I could marry an Arab, being there. Do
you think they'd marry you, or like a Jewish Western woman from?
If they knew what was good for them, they would.
Haven't they suffered enough? And yeah, I think we can wrap up now. I just want to say this year is going to be crazy, and I think the election and the shenanigans around that are only going to be a small part of it. I think everything's going to blow up, and I think they were talking today. I can't remember who it was that was talking about China's going to start attacking our grid. I think it was one of the cabinet members of Biden, if I'm not mistaken. They're basically setting the tone that power is going to get shut down, and travel and water and all that stuff. So it's going to be a really, really crazy year. So I think everybody needs to be smart. And now I'm not selling, but I am, gold, the wellness kit, satellite phones, all that stuff we push. This is probably the year that you want to get at least one of those. Because if the cell phones go down and you can't contact your family, that's not something I wish on anyone. So I brought your bivy stick too, Ma. You have it. I'll show you. You can text. Even if the grid goes down, you can text using satellites.
I'm just like, no, that's cool. I'm just thinking about get information to people. We've got to come up with some kind of plan to get information out to people. I'm always thinking about that. Like if there is no internet or way for mass communication, we have to take it really, really small. And I started writing that for like the neighborhood. Each neighborhood is going to have to really, you're going to have to be able to communicate with your neighbors and the people around you, which is really going to be difficult for Americans because they've taken the whole neighborhood and put so many transients in every one of them. They've kind of destroyed that community thing. Yeah, so I don't know, but you're still going to have to find a way to talk to your neighbors. You are, because you're going to have to be able to depend on your neighbors in case there's an onslaught. You certainly can't depend, I think, on the police.
That's a really good point. So you're telling people to actually go out and introduce yourself to your neighbor, come up with a little bit of a plan, emergency plan. I think that's really good advice.
Yeah.
I hate my neighbor.
Just like the battered women where they tell you, make a plan. They say, you will leave when the time's right, but first get a plan. So first talk to your neighbors and figure out where to go, who knows who. I'm gonna put it together and do a whole podcast on it. I really want people to know that. They got to know it. You got to know. In Hawaii, it's cool because I live in an orchard co-op, and that's where I'm getting it from. Like how you would go to your neighbors if something bad happens at your place. So I want to write that down for people. So I think the time's right for that.
I don't want to be super ominous, but I think that's really good advice. That's why, I like the places I like, as I know I have family there, or friends, and I know where the guns are and the food storage is. And it's something that you should not go in this year not thinking about. We're not trying to scare everybody, but it's this year they're not going to let Trump win the presidency without a fight, and they will, like my mom said, they will destroy everything to keep that from happening. They cannot let Americans
I think they'll cancel the vote because I think they'll cause so much trouble that whatever they're going to do is so they can disrupt the election and say, we can't have an election. We can't figure out how to cheat because every time we do something, they counter us. Because, when Trump won Iowa and they were counting paper ballots on TV and nobody said anything, that was a joyous moment for us radical constitutionalists because that means they can't cheat through the machines.
Well, when a vote is counted, whatever the vote is, when it's counted fairly, that is a win for constitutionalists. Absolutely. I would be fine if Democrats won fair and square. I'd be fine with it.
Me too.
We don't want cheating, and I don't think that's asking too much. So, well, you were awesome today, as per usual. Next week, Alina Haba is going to be our guest. It will be another stream here.
I love her. Oh my gosh, she's from over there in Eastern Europe, not far from where we're from, and she's a fighter. I love her. Boy, is she's a woman.
She really
admire her. Mm-hmm.
I do too. So look for that. We'll be getting a little bit more organized. Thank you guys again for putting up with the split screen. We know it's not ideal. No one wants to look at my ugly ass face for an hour and 10 minutes, but that's just where we're at. So thank you. Mom, any last words?
Well, I was going to say, I think that they are going to try to pull a fast one on everybody because that's what they do best. Have a laugh at you as you're humiliated. And I was very excited to see that the big groups of African Americans there in Chicago, which, boy, have I worked a long time to make that one happen or to be part of that awakening. That's just great. Going red. I'd love to see Hawaii go red too. It's inevitable. It's inevitable when the corruption comes out, and it's all on that Epstein list. All the corruption, all the proof of it is on that list.
Yeah.
And
imagine being Hawaii
by those people too.
Yeah. I was going to say, imagine being a Hawaiian citizen right now after the fires in Lahaina and being like, oh yeah, I trust democratic leadership. Yeah, they're doing a great job. This government protects me. I got my $700. if you're still a Democrat after that, then and whatever. I don't want to be mean.
A lot of people here are working to make sure that those people are not disaffected from the land, and a lot of people here are into that and doing good things. So I expect to turn around and those people to be treated fairly and well by this government, by the good people who are left in this government. There are a few, but you got to push them, and that's what we'll all be doing in 2024. We'll be kicking in the door and pushing them, because that's what it's going to take. We got to do it, because it's possible to do it when you employ the laws of our Constitution. The laws are what get the stuff done, not the breaking the laws, not the lawfare to break, and corrupt and bankrupt your opponent. That stuff never stands up in the court of law, in a decent court of constitutional law. But there will be justice in the courts. They might be military courts, I think, but there will be justice in them for the people of by and for. Oh, you see.